do the opening scene.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation. Lifestyles
opening.
of the Locked and Loaded.
Make sure you subscribe, people. Do it. Come on, we're live. Come on, Rod Mills. Let's see the jazz hands. All right. I hope you guys have your big girl's panties on. It's Tuesday. So if you are wearing Monday or Sunday's panties, that is a serious violation. Please go commando. Put them into the laundry. For crying out loud. Don't be a dirty glamour, as my mother used to say. Don't be a dirty glamour.
What does that stand for?
That's like, it's basically the two words are dirty glamour. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha,
My mother used to tell me, look out for those girls who look all, beautiful and everything, but, they're really dirty. So don't be that. Don't be that, ladies. And
That's
dudes out there, make sure you wear clean underwear. Very important. If you wear underwear at all. If you don't, make sure you wash your jeans often.
Wash them often.
Yeah, how about that? Okay. All right. Okay. This is episode 360 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Companies sue the feds for destroyed stocks. That's what we're talking about. And here's our special guest today. There he goes.
Am I really a guest?
Rod Mills. Guest co-host. Basically, Walter is taking. Oh, I can see myself on the screen. That's a handsome man. That's a handsome man behind you there. Yeah. So Walter's getting ready to go off on his trip. Babyface is out of here. I think he's over at my place actually shooting, so I expect a call from the police anytime. Sometime soon.
Some type of disturbance.
Yeah, my local popo will be calling me about what's going on over there with all the shooting, even though I'm not there. So that's shout out to everyone joining us, people.
Yep.
What's up? Welcome in. If you're not subscribed to the Hank Strange podcast, which airs here on Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded, that is the YouTube channel. It's on. You can also listen to us on Audible. But if you're not subscribed, subscribe and then ring the bell. That's how you get notificated. That's a word, Rod. Don't.
Notification?
Notificated.
Oh, notificated. Oh,
yeah, notificated. Sounds a little dirty, which it probably is.
It does sound a little dirty.
Yeah.
But we're dirty here.
Eric Schultz says Cocosaurus Rex. I guess he's must be talking about you. Rod Mills. I don't see that hat. Yeah, by the way, you can listen, folks out there can listen to us on audio. We're on iTunes, we're on Podbean, and anywhere where you can get audio. Over 65,000 downloads, Rod Mills.
Wow, 65,000. That's a lot.
Yeah, some of those you're in, man. People are listening to us all over the world. Worldwide. Wow. There's at least 2 people in Greece listening to us. Probably 1 person in Germany. In Kathmandu, there's probably a dog, not a cat. I was gonna say a cat in Kathmandu, but I doubt it. It's probably a dog, because I don't trust cats, Rod.
I saw an article where he said that cats really know when you're calling them. Really? They just choose to ignore you.
I believe it. Cats are evil creatures. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are very, very evil. Okay, so that's we're gonna talk. I don't want to get wind up down a rabbit hole or a cat hole or whatever you want to call it on that whole thing. But Rod and I here, we're gonna be here today talking to you guys. Maybe I should spin down on through this and see who's here in the chat. The Archangel is here. Come on, let's get some thumbs ups, man. You guys are getting shout outs. Let's get some thumbs ups. I don't know. Let me see if I can see. We got like 70-something people in here. We only have 30 thumbs ups. Come on, everybody, smash the thumbs. That's how we get the audience up. Let's get the audience up. Let's get everyone up in here. Archangel, Brian Wyatt, Vanessa Kitty, Flopping Garbage. By the way, this is brought to you by Franklin Armory, right down there. Franklin Armory. We've got some stuff. I did build a 450 Bushmaster from Franklin Armory. Need to edit that video and get it out. I'll probably throw up something on the Instagrams or something like that tonight. A little preview of that. So, okay, flopping garbage, Jade Grew, Lewis 1911. Oh, what's cracking you up? You're reading the chat, aren't you?
Vanessa Kitty.
Oh, okay, you flirting with Vanessa Kitty already.
No, she said her cat called when she calls her cat's name. He comes and she's actually sitting in her lap right now. He or she.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Babyface
Uh-oh.
is texting me.
Oh Lord.
I don't think he's in trouble yet, though. I don't think he's in trouble.
There's always something going on when Babyface is there when you're not.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, he's texting me. I don't know what.
The house is burning. He knows that you're on live, right?
I don't know. He's obviously not looking at the time. Oh boy. Okay. Lewis 1911. Let's see who else we got. Brian Wyatt says keep your potassium levels up. What's the first? That's the first to give you issues when you're upchucking for pro. Okay, he's not. I don't know who he's talking to.
Oh,
I guess someone's throwing
is
up.
that me?
I guess someone out there is throwing up. I don't know why.
Maybe the Titan show. You think he may? I think he may be throwing up.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure what's going on out there. If you're not feeling well out there, I hope you feel better.
Damn, Vanessa's Kitty's got a cat that's 21 years old.
Oh.
Shit.
How old?
That's like.
Yeah. You're saying like Vanessa Kitty's kitty is 21 years old?
Yeah, that's like a Methuselah.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh. I don't.
Oh.
There's something I'm thinking in there. I'm just gonna stay out of it. Yeah. Only half your face. Only half your face is on the screen here, Rod. You need to center yourself a little bit more. A little bit. There you go. See, right. Vanessa Kitty needs to see her Rodalicious, the whole thing.
Oh,
she needs
boy.
to get the whole rod, not half the rod. Well, sometimes. I'm not. That's nothing obscene. You're just hearing obscene stuff, Lola. Really? You have a dirty mind, woman. Dirty mind.
What did she say?
She's telling me to behave myself.
Oh man.
So, I did not say anything obscene. Okay?
Oh,
it was not done. I did not say it. Okay, Jay Brennan is out there. Let's see who else is out there. I'm trying to go through this. Rob Avis, Bricks.
Panhead 413.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and shout out people if you want to. Lola's leaving, so that's why. I think she's going off to see. My son has a show. He's doing a performance, my younger son, so she's going off to check out the performance.
Is he in the band?
Yeah, he's in college. I guess he's in some band there.
Oh.
Okay, I think Babyface is broken. He's broken a gun. So I'll see if he did you say he's coming on the show?
The Titan said that he's going to be coming online.
Who?
Babyface from the range.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how his signal is out there. Okay, Dan Hates You. Dan Hates You said I was at Harbor Freight earlier today. They had a big ass rifle case for $150.
Oh wow. You can get some good deals from Harbor Freight too.
Yeah, sometimes,
Yeah.
Special K is out there. Richard Hughes is out there. Let's see who we got. Who else is going on? Michael Bender. Michael Bender's out there. Shout out to Michael Bender.
From Bender's Grove.
Yes.
Down in South Florida.
Floridian. Yeah. He's in South Florida too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Poor guy. It's probably getting real hot and humid down there already.
They stay hot and humid.
Yeah. Let's see. The Tyven Show, like you said. I see the Tyven Show out there. Who else we got here? Trying to go through everyone. James Lawson, Gun Doctor TV says, "Hey everyone." I don't know, Gun Doctor TV. I've got to get him to link up with Lola so that we can get him here on the show. The next
Georgia boy.
Oh, he's in Georgia?
No, I know Georgia Boy is in there
Oh,
in the
Georgia
chat.
Boy. Oh, okay, Georgia Boy. Okay, yeah. So this week, I think while Walter is off, we might have some open spots for anyone who wants to come on the show. But you got to talk to Lola because Lola is in charge of that. MC1SC, aka Mika, is out there. Flopping Garbage says doesn't feel so well. Okay, too bad. Sorry about that. Paul K out there as well. Christian Gress, Wolfwind Prepper, WB, Gregory Bradley also out there. The Arms Man. Let's see who else we got here. James Miller. I think I already said James Miller. Eric Schultz. That's who called you Caucasaurus Rex. I don't know how Eric knows that, but that's between you guys. Don't ask, don't tell, right? That's the
No.
policy that you had when you were serving. Don't ask. Was that in
Yeah,
effect?
they changed that though,
Yeah. So you didn't ask and you didn't tell?
which is the most stupid policy ever. We were in there like, what? I mean,
Did you
that
ever
is
have any issues with that? Did you ever come across any
no, no.
no?
I mean, there were. I didn't know any gay men, but I
Mm-hmm.
knew a few lesbians. I mean, hell, my thing is, as long as they had my back in the time of war, I was cool. I don't care what their
Yeah.
sexual preference is, and they can shoot. And, watch my back. I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of crazy that we got into that. There's first of all, as long as there's been people, there's been gay people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
This
and there's
this
some
didn't just
badass
start.
gay warriors out there. I can tell you
Wasn't
that.
Kubla Khan was gay? I think.
Really? I didn't. I know Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on out there. So
Who was our was it Attorney General or the head of the FBI? What's the guy's name? Herbert Hoover.
oh,
He
okay.
was gay. Yeah.
Was he gay or cross-dresser? There's a huge, massive, cavernous difference
Oh,
between.
okay.
I
Okay.
mean, I don't know. I'm just asking. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to look that up. Someone's gonna have to Google it and see what was going on there. Babyface is not here to Google it.
Yeah.
So let's see. Who else we've got? I don't know if I got everyone here. Moobut says Rodimus Maximus. Rodalicious. We're gonna call you Rodalicious. How about
I
that? You
like
like that?
I like Rodimus Maximus.
No, because that's what we call Kevin Dixie. We call him Diximus Maximus. Can't have a Rodimus
Well,
Maximus
there
and a
there really
Diximus
is a
Maximus.
Rodimus Maximus with the Transformers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna
He
ha-
was he was a prime.
you're gonna have to find a link to that.
Oh, okay,
I'm gonna
cool.
have to find that. Okay, Bricks is out there as well. Bricks says cats choose their owners too.
Oh,
Do they? I believe that they chew their owners. Do they swallow? Who knows? There you go. Big Dick Willie's out there. He says he's cleaning his 1022 and listening to the awesome chat. Okay, thank you very
it's
much.
1022. Okay, cool.
Yeah, much appreciated. Is that a built up 1022 or did you buy it in the store? Is it store bought or home built?
Hey, have him text you a picture of it so you can let us all see.
Yeah, Big Dick, send us a picture not of that, but of the 1022. Okay, send me a picture of that, and I'll throw it up here for the folks. You know what? Yeah, we could do a whole bunch of those since Lola's not here. Lola always tells me, "Oh, you can't spend the whole show showing people's pictures." So Lola's not here now. She can't tell us what to do.
Yeah,
So maybe we'll do a little bit of that.
we're wild.
Yeah, DCG44 says cats are cool but smart asses. And YNH says it's gonna get funky tonight. And there you go. Rich White is out there. RTS guy is out there. Let's see. We Run Guns. Shout out to We Run Guns. Jason Scherer as well. Okay, this thing's just all the messages are just popping up here. So, all right, let me go down to the bottom. But anyway, whoever's coming in now, smash your thumbs ups. If you need a shout out and you didn't get one, let me know. Simpson
Yeah.
Road Larry says, so Hoover was the president and the first lady all at once.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. I'm not even going to read Brandon Reed's comment, what Brandon says he's doing during the show. Why doesn't everyone just tell us what they're doing the show? Brandon Reed says, I'm taking a shower and cleaning my balls, listening to the chat.
Thank you for that.
If they play balls like this, yes, those need to be cleaned, make sure you wash everything twice. Brandon, very important. But I don't feel 100% comfortable. Rodney Brady is out there as well. So John Dieter, Enrique Q. Let's see. Did I shout out Special K? Shout out to Special K.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
did.
do it already. Okay, Sean Norgriff out there as well from NYC. What?
You know, Hank. Speaking of NYC, let's do this.
What's up?
Let's start having everybody kind of let us know where they're at or where they're from.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Everyone, tell us where you're from right now. Let's do that. Kathleen, music lovers out there. Okay, I don't understand what this comment is from Kathleen, music lover. It says, my sexual preference is often.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some wild ladies out there. Some wild ladies.
There are.
That are listening to this. Okay, so tell us where you're from. All the ladies in the house, put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Okay, hold on. Let me throw up this.
Man, we got Oregon in here today.
Let me throw this up. So here we go from Big Dick Willie. Here's his gun that he's cleaning. Kaboom! There you go. Oh, it's like it's got that digital desert camo.
Oh wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's nice. Let's see. He's using Ballistol. Uh-oh. Using the
Ballistol.
The ballast.
Ballistol.
Okay, you say potato, I say potato.
I'm a
You
Ballistol
say
guy.
tomato, I say tomato.
As a matter of fact, where can you? I bought a bunch of Ballistol at NRA, and I can't find it anywhere except for like online. What is there like maybe a hardware store that sells Ballistol?
I'm trying to think where I usually get that kind of stuff from. Let me see. Not even all gun stores have it. I think
No, they don't.
last time I bought something like that, I got it from Gander Mountain or something.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the big box places have it. Okay, so now all the friggin' places that people are going up. So you better go there, Rod Mills,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. I'm
shout
looking.
out.
Man, we got people from California.
No, you got to say
Man,
who it is and
Oregon.
where they're from.
Oh, okay.
Scroll all the way up in the chat.
Let me go. Let me go back up.
Yeah.
Altamont
Pixamite
Springs.
one is out there. Let's see.
Richard Rasnick from Tennessee. Magnum Boys is from Georgia. MC1SK, aka MI California. A little bit of Vegas. I guess he's in that little corner there.
Mm-hmm.
DCG44 from Texas. All my exes in Texas.
Razor JB says he's from your mom's house.
My drill sergeant said only thing from Texas are steers and queers. Steers and queers. So hopefully I don't
yeah, go ahead and diss the whole state of Texas. See how that goes for you.
No, I said my drill sergeant said that. I didn't say
that. Okay. Uh-huh.
Richard Hughes in the little green bird is from Florida.
Peebles. Yeah, Pebbles.
Okay. Josh Levy down in the Lee County, Fort Myers area. Oh, we got Rob Avis from West Virginia. Vanessa Kitty. I didn't know she was from Connecticut. I thought she was down here in Florida. Gen Z2A, Missouri. Okay. We got Arkansas, Jay Brew. And Indiana. We got a Hoosier in here.
Yeah, people are from all over, man.
Man, okay.
Panhead 413 says from Illinois.
Elmira, New York. Black Sword Shinobi.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
And Diesel Vision from Alaska. I think we had some Alaska stuff that we were going to talk about here at some point. Shoe Soul says Ballistol or Ballistol or whatever you want to call it. Works good but smells the rear end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Open a window. Open a window. Be in a very well ventilated space.
I mean, if you ever, man, one thing what I did, I put that balisol on my boat carrier in my AR-15. Man, it's like slide on butter, when you put that balisol on it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, balisol, man. I usually will use break free to get any type of carbon off, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll slap some balisol before I put it back in, and that usually lasts, at least 7, 8, 9 months.
Mm.
Yeah, so I recommend it. SoCal Gunner, Southern California. SoCal Gunner, is that in Orange County or what? Somebody's from Alaska? Oh, he was stationed in Alaska. Big Dick Willie. Uh, Fort Wainwright.
Sorry, that just
Wisconsin,
makes me laugh.
Sam Risdom. David Cardinal, Oregon, until it falls to 3. Okay, wow. Okay. Guyana. Wow.
Who put Guyana in there?
Oh,
Some
you
smart ass.
okay?
Huh?
You okay, man?
Yeah, I'm just joking. I'm drinking this, what is this? Coca-Cola that I'm drinking.
You're drinking Coca-Cola and water.
Yeah.
That's not a good combination. You know that, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that gives you farts. It gives you
Well,
gas.
Lola's not here, so unless we
Uh,
invent smell-o-vision to go out over the internet.
Peanut oil works. Oh wow! But peanut oil razor JB, man, that is expensive.
Yeah, he's probably referring to frog lube or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I am not a fan of frog lube. If anyone out there,
I heard it gumps up everything. I never used it though.
yeah, yeah. You know what? I had some spicy food earlier. Lola brought some spicy Thai food for me, which I don't do well with spicy.
Mm.
So there you go. Kathleen
You
Music
don't
Lover says she's from Venus.
you don't do well with squirrels or lobsters and
I eat
uh,
lobster. I eat lobster. I don't eat squirrel. So
you don't eat crabs either.
not too often. Maybe a little bit. A
What's
little bit.
the little small lobster,
A little
the
small lobster.
prawns, the prawns? You don't eat the prawns either.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No. Jafari H says Slip 2000.
Slip 2000. Oh, never
Yeah.
heard of that
No. That's
one.
pretty. That's a pretty popular one.
Mm.
Let's see here.
What about Rand CLP?
Rand CLP is cool. It's all right.
Okay.
You know, we use that a lot around here.
Okay.
It's not. It doesn't have that crazy smell and all that. I try to avoid those things. Let's see.
Hank, let me
Because
ask you this:
people are
where
so
do you
thrown up.
clean your guns at?
Where do I clean my guns?
Yeah.
Typically in the living room.
Wow. Okay.
You know, I have this thing we call the cottage. That's like a shed, and I'm
Yeah.
supposed to go in there and clean stuff. Um, but the easiest place to do it is in the living room while I'm watching like YouTube or Netflix or something like that. You know,
You don't have a TV back there?
and the thing, yeah, I do, but I mean, I just
See, that could be like your little man cave, your little getaway from Lola.
yeah. Usually Lola's trying to get away from me, not the other way around.
Oh, okay, gotcha,
So yeah,
gotcha.
I'll just chill out over there. Pretty much, you know what? I do everything on the floor. People do, I'm very ghetto like that. So I'll
Hmm.
do everything sitting on the floor. Like no lie. I'll
Okay.
have my dinner sitting on the floor.
Wow.
Even though we have like a dinner dining room table, we have like a little dining room and all that. I will sit on the floor and eat my food and clean my guns while I'm watching something on Netflix. So
Oh,
that's how I roll,
okay.
son. You
That's how
know,
you roll. All right.
yeah, third world country. That's how
Do
we
you
rock and roll over there.
do you use a knife and fork, or you just five-handed,
Okay.
five-fingered?
Okay, now you're just being savage.
No,
No.
I did
Now
some
you have
research.
crossed the line.
I did some research and I saw that they eat with their hands. They don't eat with their
It depends on what you're eating. Yes, if you're, there's people who eat with their hands, like, or there's certain foods you eat with your hands, like roti
mhm.
and stuff like that, like roti and
Roti.
curry,
Yeah,
stuff
exactly.
like that.
Rotating
Yeah, for
curry. Yeah.
sure, for sure. But I don't do that all the time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Um, so
Hey, speaking of food,
somewhat,
I
doctor, go
keep.
ahead. Hmm.
No, go ahead. You ahead.
No, Doctor F says, Hank, are you under the weather? You look a little pale. I think it's this. Let me turn on my. I think my camera settings here are washing me out. Let me turn. Let me turn the thing on here. Boom. And oh, that just probably
Oh,
made me darker.
you made the whole room darker.
Yeah, as if you need that.
No, we don't need that.
Um, yeah, I'm just messing around with the settings of my camera for anyone who cares to know.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's see. Autofocus. Take the autofocus off. Okay, cool. Okay, that's fine. I'll leave it like that. That's fine,
Cool.
right?
Yeah, you just look like you got a little makeup on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Is that good or bad?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll leave it like that. We'll let it rock and roll like that for a little while there. Okay.
Ty even eats his Snickers with a knife and fork
Yeah.
while he's driving his 18-wheeler.
Yeah. Okay. Doctor F. So okay, Doctor F said if I'm under the weather. Okay, let's see. Um, Kathleen Music Lover says, Hank, you look white. Is there something wrong? Okay, I should look darker now for whatever's going on.
Yeah.
Paul K says, Hank, your balls look okay. Okay, good.
Hey,
You
can I
guys
can
are
I voice
batshit
my
crazy.
opinion on something?
Sure, go ahead, man. Do it.
I don't like your background.
You don't like the
I
background?
really, yeah, I don't like your
Man,
background.
everyone has an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. Now Tyvan's like,
Uh,
oh, your back is too dark. It's too dark now. Okay, what is it you don't like about the background, Rod Mills?
I mean,
Let's
it
hear it.
just looks, I loved it the way you had it in, in Big Daddy Guns, the studio when you were there.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
The studio you just left from, yeah, it was so. I must say that it looks disorganized back there. I don't, I don't like that. I don't know. I just want to,
You want
I
to what?
guess maybe have like a background or something. It doesn't look,
I like
you
the
know,
disorganized look. That's me.
you know,
Total chaos.
okay.
Total chaos. There's just a bunch of stuff thrown over there.
I
You
mean, like
know.
that red hat. What is that red hat? Tell me about the red hat?
What? You don't like the red hat? It says
I
it
couldn't
says
see it.
make your AR great again.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Now,
Um,
where did you get
why
that one
did you
from?
not like the red hat? Did you think it was make
No,
America great again hat? Are
no,
you trying
no,
to
I knew
hate?
it was too many words for that. I couldn't see what it was though.
Oh, okay.
Is that a football helmet you have back there too?
Football helmet.
Yeah, the little stuff that you set the red hat on. It
No,
looks like a
this is a skull.
a skull. Okay,
I
gotcha.
like skulls. So here,
You
I'll
do.
show you. See that? This is what it is. It's a skull. I like
Oh,
skulls right there. So, boom.
okay,
There we go.
gotcha.
Have you
Yeah,
noticed? I like skulls, Rod Mills. Look, check
I
that
never
out.
knew that.
I'm a
You
pirate
never
right
you
there.
never had a skull in your background
Oh, so
before.
what is this, Rod Mills, on my shirt? Do you have any? Have you ever seen this on my shirt?
Yeah, but I didn't equate that to be a skull. I thought that was just you on a bad day.
Okay, all right. Now you have jokes. You got jokes now. That was a long setup for a joke. Black Sword Shinobi says I should get a few gun racks. And Glock Fun 01 says, what up, folks? Big Rod, no playing with your computer.
No, we got everything taken care of today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Gray Death says, it's the balls.
it's the ball.
I like the
And oh yeah,
balls. The
hey,
balls are
you would
hot.
always you would always have a different gun back in the background.
Yeah, you know what? This place, I'm not sure that I could punch holes all through the walls.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So yeah.
Okay, yeah, you want to do that.
And 817 LDS says, "Yo, I do watch your videos. I try to catch on any info I miss out on." Okay, shout out, cool for coming in here. Dan Hates You says Hank is going white like Michael Jackson and blames it on the camera. Vitiligo. Vitiligo. And Jake Delahome says the Rod's bringing the hate tonight. Bringing the hate. Rod sits down and writes these jokes from last time he was on. He was like, "Damn it, I should have said this. I'm writing it down. I'm gonna make a note and put it right here at the computer next time."
Hank, a lot of times I'll come and look at your podcast and won't say anything, and I'll just sit there and just look, and
Yeah.
I just come in. Sometimes I come in incognito, and I'll just sit back and just look and watch, laugh at you and Walter and whoever else you have on.
Yeah. Dr. F1 says, "If you like skulls, you'll love the opening 10 minutes of James Bond flick Spectre."
Loved it.
Yeah, they were supposed to be in Mexico doing the Day of the Dead.
The Day of the Dead, yes.
Yeah.
I love
Dia de la Muerta.
Yeah, de la Muerta.
Yeah.
I love I'm one of the big closet James Bond fans.
Why you gotta be in the closet? Come out the closet. You don't have to hide in the closet, Rod.
I mean, I don't
Are you turning your rod into a purse?
No, I mean, I don't display it, but I look. One thing.
Please, don't display your rod in public.
What's his name? Daniel what?
Craig?
Yeah, Daniel Craig. I did not like him in the first James Bond movie he played. I thought he was a little scruffy, dirty.
Too brutish?
Maybe, keep in mind in the past, you used to James Bond being clean and dapper, and now he's that way now, but that first James Bond movie, he wasn't. He was scruffy and dirty. I mean, James Bond, you're not used to seeing stubble on his beard or coming out. I mean, he's clean, always supposed to be clean shaven, hair perfectly nice. But I don't know.
I think they wanted to go for a different look. They wanted to make him James Bond, like more of a savage, more caveman, brutish, kind of like a blunt instrument type of thing is what they were going for.
Gotcha.
So that's what was up with that. I think Daniel Craig's done okay. I agree with you. I felt the same way in the beginning. He's definitely not like Pierce Brosnan.
Right.
Pierce Brosnan was more smooth with it, but
Right.
Jay Brennan says, "Hank, if I send you an M1 Garand, will you hang it behind you?" Yes.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll do more than that.
Yeah, the only thing is that we'll just have to take it out of here every day. I don't know if I would leave it here every day. Probably have to take it, up and down or whatever. So, let's see. Kathleen Music Lover says Daniel Craig is hot. Jake Delahome is cracking on you because you're talking about Jake Delahome says you like the pretty boys.
I don't care. Man. I'm a big fan. I mean,
yeah. And Jafari,
but I've been a fan since Sean Connery.
Oh, okay. And Jafari H says, "Can't believe how old Daniel Craig is. Sexy old bastard."
How old is he?
I don't know. He's probably did Daniel Craig hit the 50s? Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go in here and see. I'll go pull up the IMDb of Daniel Craig. I'm guessing he's 50 or over.
I say about 54, 55, something like that.
So born March 2nd, 1968. Let's see what that is.
He's 51.
51, there you go. For anyone who wants to see it, boom. That's a lot of training. I think that's why he was trying to retire from. That's why he was trying to retire from James Bond, because every year that's a lot of training you have to do, man. You have to get on a real super regiment and working out and all that. Jay Brennan says he's serious about the M1 Garand. Sure, absolutely.
Hey, Jay
Brennan says, as long as behind you during the podcast, I will send you one. Okay, let's do it.
Jay Brennan, you can send me that same M1 Garand, and I'll put it behind me when I'm on here.
Okay.
Now,
All right. I'll put it right up there with my balls. M1 Garand and balls. Um, James Bond, Black Sword Shinobi says, James Bond watched them from old to new. This Spy and All of Us. And Jafari H says that's his birthday also, March 2nd. Okay, there you go.
speaking of James Bond now, what is James Bond? Let's bring this back to the gun part of it. What is James Bond's favorite pistol?
His favorite. Okay, so you're talking about the
What?
PPK? Is that
Huh?
what are you referring to the PPK?
No, I'm not.
No. No.
No.
No.
Let's see.
What?
Let's see in the chat. Where my James Bond people at in the chat.
Oh, you
What
don't
is
want me to say it. I see. I see where you're coming
it?
from.
No. I mean, you can say it too.
Yeah. You just don't want me to say it. That's what's going on.
Can't
Okay,
remember.
I'm messing around with this, making this thing like. Oh no, that's horrible.
Let's not do that.
Let's see. Dial up and down the. Nah. Restore
Somebody-
the default here. Boom.
You know what? I'm sorry. You know what? I stand corrected. It is the Walther PPK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. The
Yeah.
Walther.
Hello.
That's a 380, isn't it?
I think you can get them in 9mm now.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why this thing's actually pretty horrible. I'm trying to mess around with the image. Now I'm all like caught up in the image of this thing, and it's just totally driving me really crazy. No matter what I do, it's messed up. Okay.
Yeah, but he's got that little small Walther PPK 380, and I'm like, wow. But when I saw, I fell in love with the pocket pistol. I don't have a PPK. I might actually get one at some point. But yeah, man, he makes being a gun guy, the 2A guy, look really good though.
James Bond.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't listen. I like the James Bond movies, but the thing is that I feel like it's gotten really sissified.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's gotten really sissified. Remember they came out with the smart gun and stupidness like that, I think over the year. Okay, so if you go back to like Sean Connery, he was real macho and. That was a cool James Bond, but I think over the years, the writers and political correctness and all that, yeah, it's totally messed it up.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Back in the day, James Bond used to lay many women. Now he's more into the. You may be able to see him kiss a woman now. I mean, one thing. I mean, that was his moniker. I mean, hey, he always got the woman. He always got a woman, a good-looking woman. And then they called them the James Bond girls, didn't they?
The Bond girls, yeah.
Yeah, the Bond girls, yeah. Exactly.
But sometimes they've backed off of that. I think that there was even one time, I'm trying to remember who it was, which James Bond they did this, but because of AIDS, the James Bond movies cut back on the amount of sex scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just crazy stupidness like that. Now because of guns, they do craziness like the gun that had the fingerprint. Why would a spy have fingerprint in his gun? That's gonna identify you. They go like, oh, you see this gun we found over here?
Yeah.
This guy has the exact fingerprints. Boom.
Right.
So that didn't seem so good. Okay, so there's a question here from Swoops the Aboriginal. It says, Do you think you Americans should go to Ghana for reparations?
Go to Ghana?
Yeah. Do you want to? Okay, so would you like to answer
So
that one?
I'm assuming Black Americans. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. I don't understand why going to Ghana is going to be the reparations, but I mean, I know that's where a lot of us came from the region of Ghana, Nigeria, etc.
I mean, my thing is this: instead of if you're going to give reparations, don't give that to people individually. Give it to a cause. Give it to something like let's stop homelessness, or Hell, even a freaking tax break every now and then would be good. But I mean, there's a lot of pluses and minuses to that,
Hmm.
you know. I mean, but oh, you know what, Kathleen, music lover, thanks for saying that. Um, is it now? Is it 100% that Idris Elba will be the next Bond guy?
I don't
James
know.
Bond?
Well, I don't know. Right now, Daniel Craig is coming back. After that, we don't know whether or not
Now,
it's going to be Idris Elba. By the way, SoCal Gunner gave us $5. He says Walther PPK is not fun to shoot. Jacks up my knuckles and my thumb webbing. So there you go.
oh,
He has one. I have shot them before.
how'd you like it?
It wasn't bad. It's a heavier gun, so it wasn't bad for a 380. I shot the
Mhm.
380 version. I know Rich White says Walther tried upsizing the PP series to the 9x19. That development program eventually led to the P38. And
Mhm.
Kathleen Music Lover said, "Shot my PPQ today." And okay, so there's still some talk going here with the whole reparations thing. So first of all, do you even think like reparations is a thing at this point? I mean, how do we track down who in America is descendant of
You
slaves
don't.
and who's owed money and the interest and all the blah 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 blah?
I mean, none of us. I don't think any of us should actually get it. You know. Now, I mean, if there's somebody that's can be a verified, I don't think anybody that was actually a slave at this point is dead. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about it to talk more into it, but you know, all I can see is a lot of people wasting money and not doing something. I mean, hey, you know what? Go back to that old 40 acres and a mule type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, give folks some kind of break on their taxes, maybe to purchase a home. I mean, if you're going to do that,
I think,
let's,
but don't we have all of that already? Don't we have all of that kind of stuff in America already?
um, yes and no. I mean,
Yeah. And then who does it go to? So anyone in America that has any black blood in them, which is a lot of people, lots of white people,
yeah.
right? So then do they get a percentage? Is it based on their genetics?
It's more like, how can you prove this?
Yeah. How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do
Yeah.
this? Um,
It would be impossible. It would be a nice idea to do, but it is impossible to do because we would not be able to know how to track anybody down.
yeah. I think ultimately here's the thing. Um, People living in America today, all people are benefiting from something.
Yeah.
So, in my personal opinion on that, I think it's kind of impossible. The whole reparations thing is something people should just let go of. If you live in America and you don't live somewhere there's lots of places in the world, lots of places around the world where people have it worse, regardless of like what color you are and all that kind of stuff. You're living in America, you're benefiting. And there's
Hmm.
lots of things we do here in America to help people. So was
Right.
slavery horrible? Yes. Did slavery happen to every single race on the face of the planet? Yes. So I think that ultimately we just need to forget about that and move past it. You know, that money's all gonna go back. That money's all gonna go is all gonna get spent anyway.
It's gonna get spent.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just a way. Just don't think about it. That's my personal thing. Don't think about it. Don't hold your breath waiting for it. You
Exactly.
know,
It'll never happen. It's never gonna happen.
yeah. But I just think that it's one of these things that at this point we're past it, and everyone in America, all the generations of Americans that are here, everyone suffered. Even the people that were originally here when America started getting colonized and settled, right? Like the Native American Indians, everyone suffered. Everyone's gone through their shit. We can't pay everyone back for all of that. So at some point we have to just let it go, move on,
Yep.
and we're all collectively benefiting. So like the question I think like specifically of going back to Ghana, I don't think Ghana is a bad place. I've never been there. I've been in Nigeria. Um, I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't think those people really want you back over there either. They might want the money. They might want some American money.
And I can tell you this, from what I've seen and heard about Nigeria and Ghana, you don't want to go back over there anyway.
Nigeria's a little crazy. Ghana's not so bad. Lola's from Ghana. It's not
Hmm.
so bad. Ghana is one of the better places in Africa. But look, there's people in Ghana who have it better than there's some people in Ghana that have it better than a lot of Americans, and there's a lot of people in America that have it better than most people in anywhere in Africa.
Right.
So, Kathleen Music Lover said she had to sell her plantation. Rolls eyes. Yeah. Look, I think we got to move on from that, man. There's lots of people counting that reparations money.
That's crazy.
So, look,
That's crazy.
we're handling it because someone asked the question. Do I think if you are should anyone go to Ghana or anywhere in Africa? I think if you can do so safely, absolutely do. I think there's lots of people here in America that go to different parts of Africa and they help build schools and do all kinds of things. And I think sometimes even so, let's say we're talking specifically about black people. I think it's good for people, not just black people, but people in America to go to other countries and see how people who look like them
Yeah.
are suffering in other
Yeah.
countries. Maybe they're going to appreciate the awesomeness of America. Is it perfect? I think it's not perfect, but when you go over there and you see people who when you Rod show up, on the coast, on the western coast of Africa, and you come across some Mandango mofo that looks just
Mm.
like you, except he's more cog diesel, you know, uh, but you've been balling out all this time. Like when you guys start talking, and he's like, "Look, man, my family's had two goats or whatever, whatever it is," and you're like, "Damn it, I've been riding motorcycles and driving badass cars and just balling out."
Hmm.
Then maybe you'll realize that it's not such an awesome thing for everyone. There's some of the wealthiest
Exactly.
people on the planet live in Africa, but that's not everybody.
Yep. That's true.
So,
That is true.
Boss Hog
But
says, Hank, my Nigerian friend said they don't care for us in Nigeria. I think that's true,
they
depending on the
probably don't.
situation that
I
you're
can.
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
a,
Getting
lo- a
back to
lot of
the.
a lot of Africans, specifically from Nigeria, Ghana, Western Africa, where those of us who are descendant from slaves came from. A lot of Africans consider us the garbage they threw away. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. Because obviously, what people don't realize about slavery is that Africans sold most of the slaves were sold by Africans to Europeans, or to America, to, like, let's say, sold on to slave ships that came here to America or went into the Caribbean. So the way that they look at black Americans or black people from the Caribbean or whatever is as the garbage that they threw away. So I think that's a good point, Rod. If you want
Mhm.
reparations, try to ask Africa to give you some reparations for that shit. See what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck with that.
uh, the canine coach says some of my ancestors were enslaved. Do I get some money? No, nobody gets nothing. There's
Hmm.
no, I don't know where you all getting the money. The money's gonna come from you. Like, where would that money come from today? It would come from the people.
Hmm.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
the thing I'm trying to say to you is, like, to I know people probably want to move on from this, but the whole thing here is, if you really want to go back and look at blame, honestly, you can land that blame squarely on the backs of the Africans who, when a couple of white people showed up over there, very, very quickly decided to sell their own people into slavery. So if you really want to get some reparations, you might want to go back and ask those dudes. But there's no Nigerians don't try to give you money; they try to take your money through the
Oh
emails.
yeah. Yeah. They
So,
tried to do. Somebody tried to do that to me this morning. Actually, they hit me up on a friend's Facebook account.
mm-hmm.
They cloned it. And so, I can look at the words that they're saying and know that, okay, yeah. So you know what? I like
If the
I'm
email has anything to do with Nigeria, it's bullshit.
well, no. It wasn't an email. Like I said, this was a Facebook
Oh,
Messenger.
Facebook. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
and somebody had cloned a friend of mine. So I'm asking them, about people that are dead, right? That person would know that's dead, and ask them how they're doing. They're like, yeah, they're doing good, blah blah. I'm like, yeah, okay. So now that I know that you're sitting on here trying to scam me, I'm going to try to scam you.
Why are you
So,
even talking to these people on
but
Facebook?
I was bored. So I'm like, you know what, man? Hey, you know what?
You're
I
so
need money.
crazy, Rod.
I said, I'm homeless. I'm in dire straits. I need money. Can you send me money, please?
Yeah.
They're like, huh? What? You're not supposed to ask me for that. I'm supposed to ask that from you. I am in that. Then they block me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got a kick out of that. But
Yeah.
but while it's on my mind though, Idris Elba. How do you feel about Idris Elba being maybe the next Bond?
I don't know. I don't care about that much. I think, I don't know, like the whole thing with James Bond and there has been an argument about that, right? And to be honest with you, I'm right in the middle of that. If Idris Elba is James Bond, I don't care. If he's not James Bond, it doesn't really matter. Because to me, Idris Elba exists. He's already out there. He's already like one of those actors that everyone's crazy about or whatever. Why does he have to be James Bond? You could just write a badass movie for him that he stars in. Where
Mm-hmm.
he's an action hero. He's been in quite a few movies where he's played pretty badass roles and stuff like that. He's done movies, TV shows, all kinds of stuff.
Now,
And he's
but
and how old is Idris Elba anyway? He's old. So if you could, if
no, no, he's about the same as Daniel Craig,
okay,
if not younger.
yeah, but for me,
But
they don't
mhm,
have to make a black James Bond to make me. I don't care.
I don't mind Idris being James Bond. Oh, the only thing that I have an issue with is that Idris Elba is like 6'4", and James Bond has never been a tall character,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and which means that okay, when you bring Idris Elba there now, you're gonna have him towering over
yeah. I'm
a lot of
popping
the other.
Idris Elba's thing in here for anyone
Yeah,
who doesn't know who we're talking about. He is born September 6, 1972. So
yeah,
he's whatever age I am, almost.
yeah.
So he's like 40. He's gonna be 47. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care about that. I think they've looked at making James Bond uh, a black guy in the past.
Hmm.
So and they never did it. That's up to the producers of the whole James Bond thing. You know, and one of the things I think is if a character, honestly, this is what I think about this. If a character is like the whole thing of the character, he's written to be white or whatever, and that's what the tradition of the thing is. I don't see why you have to go in there and like make that character something. Just create other characters that are badass.
Well, my thing is this: I don't care who James Bond is. I just want them to play the part as it should be played.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give me somebody that's not suave. In order for you to be James Bond, you must be a suave individual. Okay, he must be suave. He's got to be somebody that's cool, good with the women, good looking, can dress, drive nice car. Now, keep in mind, think about a 6'4" guy, 6'4" guy driving. What's that Mercedes that James Bond always drives?
You mean
I mean, he's
The
not.
Aston Martin?
The Aston Martin is one,
Yeah, he doesn't
but he
usually
does.
drive a Mercedes.
Yeah, he does. The one with the doors come up, they fly up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of the ones that he drives.
Yeah.
But my thing is this: I mean, even with an Aston Martin, that is a small car. That's a two-door car. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you got to think, how is a 6'4" guy going to look in a small Aston Martin?
Okay.
Yeah,
First of all, there's a huge difference between movies and reality because a spy is supposed to blend in. So let's say you're trying to be a spy in Africa, you want to blend in, right? Right or wrong?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
If you're, this all depends on where you are because ultimately a spy is supposed to blend in. No one knows who they are. And so
Right.
that's the whole thing. If you're going to a Middle Eastern country, you can't stand out and look different. You got to look like you are Middle Eastern. If you're, if you're in a predominantly black country, you gotta blend in. So it's kind of like this made up thing, because most of the time the James Bonds have always been these good looking dudes who, when
Mm-hmm.
I think that Daniel Craig is he's probably closest to being like what a real James Bond would look like, because he's not terribly good looking or anything like that, in my opinion. But you don't actually want a spy to stand out, to be honest with you.
You don't know.
No, that's gonna be like an average looking dude, like a gray man. You'll have
And
no way of describing him. If he left the room, you can't say, "Oh, he was so gorgeous. He had blue eyes and flowing locks or whatever." You
yeah,
know. uh, and Christopher Boyne says, if James Bond's going to be black guy, he should be a British black guy. Yeah, James
now
Bond is it's a British
yeah, he's
thing.
British.
So
Yeah, yeah, he's British.
yeah,
Idris Elba is British.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, man, I'm in the middle of that. It doesn't really matter to me. For all we know, I think, let me tell you something. Odds are, if we're going to make bets right now, I'm going to say that the British are going to make the next James Bond a chick. How much you want to
Mm.
bet?
They will lose me then. Why? You know, James Bond is a man. I mean, it totally goes against the persona of who that person is and what the character is. You know, that
But that's
and
what I'm
that.
saying. But if we're dealing with it just based on that,
Mhm.
then that's really what it's going to be.
I mean, love me or hate me. I'm a purist.
Hmm.
You know, you know,
Brian Davis said Brad Pitt should play Shaft.
yeah, exactly. That would be something.
Oh yeah.
Like
What I mean,
I'm
if
one of
it,
those.
yeah, for reals.
I'm one of those people that I mean, why are the Girl Scouts entering? Why are young little girls entering the Boy Scouts? That's what the Girl Scouts was for. That's what
Hmm.
I thought.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm a purist. I'm old school, as they say.
Hmm.
I really don't. I don't know, man. I don't get the reason why would you want to be a Boy Scout when the Girl Scouts pretty much do everything the Boy Scouts do anyway, but they're for girls.
Yeah, are they gonna let the boys go up in the Girl Scouts?
Exactly.
Because if they had that policy when I was a kid, I'll be all up in the Girl Scouts.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just
Look, I get it. I understand.
I don't understand. Sometimes the way the world works now. And like I said, I'm not sexist or anything like this, but I am a purist, and I
Hmm.
understand that. Hey, you know, there's Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts should be separate. There was a reason why they made the two. You
Hmm.
know, I mean, are you doing this to prove? Now, my thing is this: are you now doing this to prove a point with anything by having girls join the Boy Scouts? I mean, I was a Cub Scout growing up. You know, they it was a time back in the day. That was a time
Well,
for
okay. So,
young boys. Well, let me say
hmm,
this: that was a time for young men or kids, boys, to bond with male figures, positive male role models,
hmm,
and at that point, that is the reason why Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, and and vice versa with the Girl Scouts, that was a time for young girls, or to have positive female figures, and to do fun things. I mean, I had a damn good time when I was a Cub Scout, man. We used to go camping. We did a whole. My love for guns started when I was a Cub Scout because back then, we could bring BB guns and go do some hunting, and it was pretty cool for me.
hmm. Yeah. You know what? Listen, I think they started doing these things as a discipline, right? And the meaning of it is to separate the boys and the girls, and not focus on boys and girls and stuff like that, but for everyone to focus on building certain skills for life.
Right.
Um, and then I think just a whole bunch of different things happened. You know, that there's a lot of things we have going on in society nowadays that happen with that, and I think that that's why they changed it up. But uh, I don't know, man. I think ultimately this is what people are doing to themselves. So they want the girl should be able to do anything. Boys should be able to do anything. But I think the separation is a good thing personally. I think that they can focus on things. Ultimately, there's just too many problems here, right? You had people messing around with the Boy Scouts, all kinds of crazy shit was
Yeah.
going on, and things just aren't the same anymore. And people just aren't fighting for it anymore. So I think all those things are going to die, honestly. And ultimately we're going to live in a world where people just don't have these skills. So unless you want to teach your kids these skills separately, then, they just won't have it because we're dealing with all this different kind of crazy stuff.
Right,
So,
right. I mean, and where I came from, in my community, it was good to be able to have young African American boys and to be able to see positive role models that were African American as well.
Did they ever do like a Black Boy Scouts?
Yeah, that's all. In
No,
my,
but was there specifically a Black Boy Scouts thing?
you mean as far as like
Was there
the
like little
troop?
junior Black Panthers or something like that?
No, no. I mean, they go by your neighborhood, your area and where you
Yeah,
live. I
but
mean,
what I'm saying to you,
in my area, it was all African American.
okay,
Now, I mean, it wasn't that way because of the fact that we wanted it to be. It was the fact that the way the demographics were. I mean, Boy Scouts, they take everything, black and white.
right,
It doesn't make a
okay.
difference.
So and
Color,
then but you guys did interact like with other scout troops, right? So
yeah, we
sometimes
did.
you would
Yeah,
go off and do trips, and you would run
exactly.
into different kinds of
the
people.
same
Okay,
the same things they did, we did. It was just the fact that my troop or pack, as we say in the as they said in the Cub Scouts, we were in a predominantly black area. The church that we were under was actually a predominantly black Catholic church. So but it was a good thing. I mean, kids don't even do that kind of stuff anymore, man. They don't get out and enjoy life. They don't get out and they want to stay in the house, play on their computers, on their cell phones, do
mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean, we got out. I mean, it was punishment for us to have to come in the house. You know, remember that old saying? Hey, you can play all day as long as you're back home before the street lights come on. I
yeah,
mean, that's some of the stuff that, man, we don't have in America. And I feel sorry for kids growing up now because they'll never know how much fun we had when I was like a kid. We didn't have to worry about going out, hanging out with all my buddies and everything, and somebody getting shot or anything like that. We didn't have to worry about that. I go back now to the hood where I grew up at, and it's like totally different. Totally different. I mean, it's sad in a lot of senses because of the fact that a whole 2 or 3 generations have been lost, because of the fact that, was how America is today. And
yeah.
it is not just black, it's black and white. Americans as a whole, man, it is, I mean, like back when I played Little League football, everybody didn't get a trophy. You didn't get participation trophy. You may have got like a little award, but a trophy went to those folks, those teams that actually won. So that would, make it so that way, hey, you know what? If I want to get a trophy, I got to go out here and bust my butt. I got to practice. I got to do this. I got to make sure that my schoolwork is done because back then they would not let you play unless you had a certain grade point average. You couldn't. Our coach would make us say, "Hey, I need to see your report card." We would show the report card, and if you got bad grades, they kick you off the team.
Yeah. Yeah, I listen. Honestly, the truth of the matter is everyone knows we lost that a long time ago. Maybe we'll find our way back to it. This is the last thing on this one. Lions of Judah says in South Central we had campfire, no boys / Cub Scouts. Campfire Scouts. Okay. All right, listen, let's go off to who was it that was saying here? Okay, Wolfwind Prepper wants to know when we're going to talk about the stocks. So let's jump into that and talk about the whole bump stocks thing.
Okay.
And here, let me throw this up here on the screen. Boom, there we go. Okay, bump stock retailers sue feds for 75,000 destroyed stocks. So, two former retailers of now banned bump stock devices are suing the federal government for damages they incurred after having to destroy their inventory. The plaintiffs include two companies, Minnesota's Modern Sportsman and Texas-based RW Arms, as well as two individuals who in all lost 74,995 bump stocks to the ban, which took effect last month. The case filed in Washington, D.C. federal court argues that the ban's requirement that bump stocks be surrendered or destroyed within a 90-day period with no opportunity for registration violated the takings clause of the Fifth Amendment, which states that private property can't be taken for public use without compensation. And you guys can read through this if you want to. There was a company that turned in about 73,000 stocks, and that was shredded, and there was video that went up with that. And they estimate that there's somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million of these bump stocks out there. So I don't know if you were here when we were talking about all this stuff. What do you think about this, Rod?
It's really a travesty. I mean, and the one thing that I honestly, down in my heart, thinks that at some point in the future, they're going to rule that the outlawing of bump stocks was unconstitutional, and now you can get them again. Just like what happened in California with the mass capacity magazines. My thing is this: they have no way of saying, hey, you know what? We're going to compensate you for, every, or at least 50 cents on the dollar for every bump stock that you had to destroy. I mean, keep in mind, when they made those bump stocks, they were legal.
Right.
They were legal to manufacture.
Yeah, but also the ATF looked at it a couple of times, right?
Exactly.
For sure.
Back when Obama was in office,
yeah,
and they shot it down, and they said that, hey, you know what? Bump stocks are not illegal.
Yeah,
so
they're
now
not. They said, I think, like 3 times they're not machine guns.
Machine guns, exactly. Yeah. And my thing is this, man. A lot of what's going on, I wish the news would sometime bring somebody like you, Hank, onto the air, so that way they can get a dose of reality, so the general public can get a dose of reality. Because keep in mind, you got people out there that can go bump, fire a trigger without a bump stop. And I wonder what everybody would say then.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the public sentiment or reaction if we took Tim from Military Arms Channel and he said, hey, look, I could bump fire this off of my belt buckle. What are they going to say?
I don't think so there's a couple of things I think going on here, right? I don't think these guys are dealing with any kind of logic. They don't give a crap about logic. This was purely based on emotion. This thing happened in Vegas. They decided, okay, we have to look like we're doing something. The NRA offered up, hey, why don't you go after bump stocks? Nobody cares about those things. Trump jumped all over that and told the ATF to go back and take another look at it. The ATF bended under all the pressure, and then they made up laws. Well, that's bullshit. They can't do that. So even like before we even start talking about taking things from people and compensating them, everyone out there is right about that, right? Can't really argue that one. But the thing is, this never went through the traditional method for creating laws in America. It never went through it. Never went through Congress. Wasn't argued and debated on in Congress. And then put forward and then pass through and then go back. Just look at that thing on about, I'm just a bill up on Capitol Hill. We've all seen that crap, right?
Yep.
They don't show that to kids anymore because they don't want anyone to know that's how the whole process goes. But the
Right.
process is supposed to go like that. Ultimately, if the politicians that we elect decide to do that, thinking now, bear in mind, we will be putting pressure on them, right? And then they will be getting on the record voting for that thing or not voting for it. So they didn't go through any of that. Didn't go to the president. The president didn't sign it or anything like that. It's not even a freaking executive order, is it?
Right. Well,
So,
now, Hank, I got a question.
mhm,
I posed this question to a friend of mine recently, and that's anti-gunner. And
mhm.
I said, you know what? What if they banned all the guns in America? They confiscated all the guns, and that didn't help anything. What would you do if that didn't help anything? And they had no answer. Like, oh, there are people out there that think that, hey, by passing a law to ban guns or automatic rifle, semi-automatic rifles, or anything like that, that's the end all. That is not the end all. That will not solve anything. You know. And my thing is just, I've even sent stuff to Cory Booker, Kamala Harris. Um, who was the guy that lost government here? Can't even think of his name now. But I asked him, what if this
The mayor of
doesn't work?
Tallahassee you're talking about,
Yeah,
whatever that joker's
yeah,
name was. I
yeah,
don't even care to know his name.
yeah. And I'm like, what? Have you ever asked yourself, what if this doesn't work? You know, what if it doesn't work? What are you gonna do now? What's your next step? You
Yeah,
know, because
right.
I kind of want to know what their thinking is, or are they just saying this because that is what the status quo is, and that's what's going to get them votes? They literally think that, hey, by me saying we're going to ban guns, that's going to get us elected, and that's not going to get you elected.
So,
That's actually how not to get elected.
yeah.
Kill
So
them.
22 Cheapster says, Rod, answer to that is New Zealand's 37 guns got turned in out of a
Mm-hmm.
possible 1.2 million. There's tons of answers to that. I don't think they really care about logic.
Right.
Scamp 900 says Gillum. That's the name you're looking for.
Yeah.
So if you just look at England, for example, England's banned guns from a long time ago, man.
And
What
guess
difference
what?
has it made over there?
And when they did that, guess what happened? Their death rates by blunt force objects and knives went up. It skyrocketed.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, look, Babyface, let me see if I can find it. Because Patrick sent me a text today about, like, they had a knife collection
Yeah.
going on in England. And then someone broke in. Let me see if I can find this. It's old news. It's old news. I think that we just got crazy busy. This came out from a couple of weeks ago. Here, let me see if I could actually pop it up on the screen here. So here we go. Police are on the hunt for a group who broke into a bin full of knives that had just been surrendered.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
The
Yeah.
suspects are caught on CCTV. This is in England, hauling the weapons collected by police as part of a knife amnesty.
A knife amnesty. What the hell?
Office, officers
That is
installed the knife
ridiculous.
surrender bin following a 52% spike in knife crime across the area over the past year. But a day later, the bin in Weston-super-Mare was broken into and the knives were taken. PC John Biggins said on the evening of March 13th, the knife surrender bin in Weston was broken into by a number of people. The contents were recovered a short distance away, and the whole incident was caught on CCTV. We are in the process of identifying those responsible in order to bring about a prosecution. And then they show, oh, seriously, man. It's a joke.
A joke. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a joke. All this stuff is a joke. Everyone knows it's a joke, not just in New Zealand, not just in other places around the world. Here in America, the places that have done all
Hmm.
this stuff, it hasn't done anything, hasn't made any kind of difference. People who want to commit crimes are going to commit crimes.
And kudos to those folks in New Zealand that did not turn in their guns. Kudos to them.
including
Bravo.
including the gang members. There was a thing I don't know
Yeah.
where that I don't know where.
Well, they wasn't turning in theirs anyway.
Yeah,
So
I had that article somewhere where all the gangs were like, yeah, we're not turning anything in.
yeah, I mean,
So
I know a guy that when we used to have when we have police confiscations here,
mhm.
he will go out there and offer to purchase the gun that they're trying to get, he will give them more money than what the police are giving. Of course, he wouldn't do that. He's not doing that for like, junk guns, Saturday night specials. But there are a lot of people that bring in valuable guns that don't know that they're valuable. Maybe they've been handed down through relatives or whatever, and they'll go out there and they'll like, hey, let's see what you got. Oh, hey, if the sheriff department is giving you 100, hey, I'll give you 250 for it. And so, but the police department, I mean, you can't stop a person from that's a legal transaction. I mean, between two people, you can't stop anybody from doing that. You know.
So here's a quick thing. This is a quick distraction, and we're gonna get back to this. I carry my revolver in single action. Says Rod Mills. If you are pro-gun, why do you vote Democrat? I'm literally confused.
Wait. Time out. Let me answer that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't vote. What makes you think I vote Democrat? I don't vote anything per se. I'm a Democrat, but I don't vote Democrat. Mm-hmm. You're not in the voting booth with me. I carry my revolver, so you don't know what I vote. And just to let you know, to give you a little tidbit, when I vote, my votes go crisscross. I don't recognize myself as a Democrat nor Republican. Okay, just so you know. I chose the Democratic Party because I was brought up by my parents in the Democratic Party. But the more and more that I became more educated on voting, I understand that, you know what? I think that you're an idiot if you vote one way all the way down, whether it be Democrat or Republican. There's no way you can tell me that one party has every single thing that you agree with. That is like highly unlikely and highly improbable.
I think one of our problems in America is the two-party system for sure. I was a Democrat for a long time, but I didn't vote for Democrats for a long time. So I switched over my thing to, because Florida has a stupid thing. Let's also discuss that.
Right.
So Florida has this stupid, like, you have to declare what party you're affiliated with. And so let's say you can go Republican, Democrat, or Independent. If you say that you're independent, for example, which I think most of us fall into that category, even though there's things with certain independent parties and stuff like that we don't agree with. If you go independent in Florida, in the primary, you can only vote if there's an independent running. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of stupid. So what happens is that if there isn't an independent running, you literally go there and you can't vote for anyone in the primary. You have to wait till the general. That happened to Lola a lot, and so I just stayed a Democrat for a long time, and then recently I switched over to Republican. But it's the same thing. If you're a Republican, you can only vote for the Republicans. If you're a Democrat, you can only vote for the Democrats. So it's crazy, I think, here in Florida, but in the country in general, we have this crazy ass two-party system for the most part that we're dealing with, and I think it's sucks.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is this, man. I educated myself when I looked at the speech, the ballot of the bullet. You guys can Google it and listen to it. But I can tell you this: I can look at the Democrats, and I do my now. I do. If you're voting and you haven't done a lick of any type of research on what you're voting for, and you just vote because you're a Democrat or you just voting for because you're a Republican, you're part of the problem as well. You have to go in there, you have to research every single thing that you're voting for, okay? If you're not doing that, you're not helping yourself out. You're not helping anybody else out. You gotta research. That's why they send you those what do they call those in the mail, where they send it to you and they want you to know what's on the agenda, what's on the ballot. You got to go in and research that crap. You can't just say, hey, just because I'm a Republican, I'm going to just vote all Republican and that's it. No,
yeah,
that's
you also
dumb.
you have to hold these people responsible, you know?
Exactly.
Where you can.
Exactly.
You have to hold them responsible. So
I vote for whatever benefits me the most. Now, Hank, what may benefit you may be different, and I cannot contest that. you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I would never contest anybody that's any American that's able to vote. Hey, you know what? Vote for what you think that's going to be best for you. Don't just vote by. I hate parties. I hate the fact that there's a Republican Party. I hate the fact that there is a Democratic Party. Man, you should just go out there and just vote for the best qualified person that there is out there that supports your backing.
Yeah.
Okay, not anybody else's but you. Okay.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and I think lots of people are saying this, Rod, that I don't think either one of these parties are doing anything for people.
Okay, but hey,
So
let me say something real quick.
Okay.
I carry my revolver.
Mm-hmm.
For you to think that there are no Democrats in America that are 2A, that's crazy too. There are Democrats out there that are 2A, but guess what? The media doesn't allow you to know that. There are pro 2A Democrats politicians.
Okay, so listen to me for a sec. Okay,
mm-hmm.
there are Democrats that claim to be pro Second Amendment. I think, I'm not saying all, but I think in most cases it's some bullshit that they do so they actually get elected in their state. Because if they want to be in the Democratic Party because maybe their state is controlled by the Republican Party, but the Republican Party isn't letting those people in or putting them stage front, right? So what happens is they go, well, I'm just going to become a Democrat, and then they go on that, but then they say, yeah, I'm a Democrat, but I'm pro-gun, and they just say that. We've seen a lot of things where they come out and they just say that. Now, before you get mad, conversely, Republicans do the same shit.
No, I'm not mad. Yeah, hell, Republican. So again, I carry my revolver. I want you to say, you can say that every Republican is 2A? No, that ain't true either.
But they claim it. People just claim it.
Yeah, so they're all fucking lying.
Yep. So
and if you sit up here and think that just because you're Republican, I'm safe with everybody that's Republican is going to vote 2A for me. Yes, that called bullshit on that.
Well,
and you're an ass, and you're a fucking ass for thinking that shit.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, listen, I carry my revolver, can't talk back to you. So
he can text.
Don't get too excited. Yeah, okay, fine. Though. So here's the thing, though. Regardless of what party affiliation or whatever it is you want to have, I think we need to take over parties. There should be more than two parties, but we also need to take over parties, regardless of what they are. But we need people who really believe in the cause, who understand what's happening here to really push back against these things. Because I think right now Republicans and Democrats alike would like to put gun control on Americans, even your favorite Republicans. That's why they're not really saying anything about what the ATF did here with this bump stock ban. They're not saying anything about it because this is a compromise that they all sat down with the NRA. Everybody sat down and said, ooh, how can we do this? How can we get a law and do something about this thing, but not be held responsible for it? You know what? Let's figure out a way to make the ATF do it. And then, even you'll see the Supreme Court doesn't really want to take up these things.
So, hey, let me ask you this. What do Republicans say when Trump backed the bump stock ban?
I didn't hear shit from there are Republicans.
Exactly.
Listen to me. There are Republicans who are very staunch Second Amendment constitutionalists.
Exactly.
But for the most part, they didn't say anything. Every single Democrat didn't say shit either, by the way.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
they all don't care. So my thing is this: if you sit up here voting, thinking that you're voting for Republican, and you're thinking that, hey, you know what, they're 2A. That's bullshit, man. You need to get off that fucking that white powder you smoking, because that ain't true. Come back to America.
The answer to all of this is very complicated, people.
Yeah.
The answer to all of this is very complicated. First of all, traditionally in the South, lots of people here. So, for example, Democrats in the South a long time ago, they wanted slavery.
Exactly.
They were in the Ku Klux Klan and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So all of these things go on. So I just think at the end it's all bullshit. And ultimately, what we need to do, we need to burn it down and build it back up. The problem is, as it burns down, how does it get built back up? Is it built back up by people that believe in the Constitution, the people that believe in the Second Amendment? There's a lot of people out there that don't think they have to defend themselves, which is too bad, because I think ultimately you're going to find out when shit is going down, it's just going to be you, and the only person that can save you is you. So
I just want to know what the Republicans said when. Well, I'm not going to say the Republican politicians. I'm talking about the Joe Blows like you
yeah,
and
but
I.
okay, listen. To take the guy's point, I carry my revolver in single action's point, Rod. We know
Mhm.
that Democrats are anti-Second Amendment.
Not
Okay.
all of them are.
Okay. So in Florida, where you vote, which ones are pro Second Amendment?
None of them where I vote at in Florida. So
So
what we're
just for me,
saying.
if I was him and I
So
was
hey,
arguing against you, I'd be like, so the
hey,
fuck
what we're
what? What
saying is,
difference does that make? It doesn't make any
hey, so
difference.
what we're saying is this:
But
that one
it's just your party affiliation that you choose because you choose to vote.
exactly,
People need to
I,
vote. You could choose one party or the other.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
My thing is this: I'm a Democrat only by my fucking voter's card.
yeah.
That's the only thing that
So let me
makes me.
ask you a question. Okay, so let's get to the bottom of this, Rod. Let's get to the
Okay,
bottom of this.
go ahead.
Would you switch over to Republican, or is that against your religion? Does it
No,
matter
I
to you?
mean, what? Now, I would if it's going to be a benefit to me.
And what
I
do you
would.
think would make it a benefit to
The
you?
only reason that I am a Democrat again
Mm-hmm.
is not because of me wanting to vote like some people in the chat will vote straight party line, which is stupid. You know, that's like the most asinine thing I've ever heard. Somebody that votes straight party line and nothing else. I'm not voting for anything else. I'm going to vote by a straight party. That's the craziest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And for me to tell you that if I did that, I would be crazy for saying that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if I were a Republican, I would be crazy for voting. Hey, you know what? I'm just going to vote straight Republican no matter what because, you know, they are the ones that back most Second Amendment. Okay, so what about the other stuff that's not Second Amendment?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
you
listen,
know,
here's what
I,
look, you know
I
what I think
personally,
okay, you know what I think about all this political stuff? I think
mhm.
ultimately when we think about it or whatever, we should see what can we take over. Like if you think you have an opportunity to get into the Democratic Party and change their ways, which I think if we look at that statistically, we can argue all we want to. There's not the people running that are not going to let you do it. To be honest with you, the people running the Republican parties don't really want to let you do it either, right? That's kind of what happened with Trump, I think. That Trump kind of came in and took over the Republican Party. He was not supposed to be the nominee. He just kind of like bullied and bulldozed his way into there, and that's what we're dealing with. I'm not trying to like take up for him either because I think Trump could have easily stopped this bullshit that's going on with with the ATF and the bump stock thing.
Oh hell yeah! I
However,
mean,
here's the thing though.
mhm.
If we really want to do something about this other than just be out there in a free for all fight in the streets for the Constitution or for the Second Amendment, which I think none of us want to go willy-nilly into, then at some point we have to think about taking over some of these parties or supporting the third parties and things like that and giving ourselves a fighting chance of actually winning offices, not just president, but there's lots of offices that we could take over and we could win and we could help push back against all the bullshit that's going on.
It's
So
all bullshit. I mean, politicians lie. I mean, I know a lot of what you guys don't want to admit that or come to reality, but every politician out there has lied at one point. Okay, and it's all about how big the lie is or who you want to back. Okay, they're all dirty. Okay, that's what the politician's job is. They're dirty. They will lie to you. I mean, Democrat, Republican, they're going to lie to you to get in office. And then when
yeah.
they get in office, then they're going to go ahead and do their own agenda.
Well, you know
Okay,
what? And I think also we don't. I know there's some people who don't want to talk about politics, by the way. I get it. But, you
right.
got to talk about politics to solve
You
the
got
problem
to.
that we're having. Otherwise,
Yeah,
everyone better just learn how to fight and get ready for it.
exactly.
The thing, you know what, though? I think what the problem is outside of like whatever the affiliation, whether it's a D or R or independent or whatever, we don't hold politicians accountable.
We don't.
I think that's the problem. We
I,
don't hold
you,
politicians accountable for
Hank, let me
anything.
tell you this. When I was at NRA last year, you know what? Trump had just came out. The whole bump stock ban had just came out and everything. And you know what? You had people in there that were cheering him as if, he had been the next best thing to Julius Caesar when he had just agreed, along with the NRA, to ban bump stocks. But so my
Because
thing is
lots
this.
of people, okay, so in our own thing, outside of
Mhm,
politics, in this gun thing that we're doing,
mhm.
okay, in the members of the NRA, most of the people in the NRA either don't care about the bump stock ban or are not aware of it.
Which is sad, which is a travesty. That is sad. If you're in there and you're supporting whoever the politician is, and if they're supposed to be 2A, okay, they shall not be infringed. No, there's no if, ands, buts about that. Shall not be infringed. Okay? That's the key thing there. You cannot have me going there and cheering for anybody that is anti 2A when they said a year earlier that they were not going to pass any type of legislation
Well, I know
that
Trump
would.
said that he would strengthen the Second Amendment.
And so, and
So,
Wayne LaPierre as well.
yeah.
But they're in cahoots with each other and they're looking for your vote. Well, hell, you just slighted me. How can I vote for you when you just lied and slighted me and told me that you would not support any new legislation for Second Amendment
Yeah.
rights? Okay,
So let me
and
just
you
okay.
did
So
it.
let me hit you with this.
Uh-huh.
Because Rod, don't get too excited. You're not alone. Lots of people, So Big Cliff says NRA benefits from the ban. I agree with that.
I agree. Yep.
Because they get out there at some point when they start. They're not gonna try to associate themselves with the bump stock ban because they don't want you researching that. But at some point they're gonna use that to judo you and try to get more money out of you. Gun Doctor TV says NRA equals not real activists. Okay. Wolfman
Exactly.
Prepper says a lot of NRA members are older and largely unaware outside of NRA newsletters. True. you
which
know.
is which is another reason why I have not given my membership fee for this year. Oh, and then what happened recently? They wanted to take all the credit for that. It's like, okay, now we're doing something. What was that recently that they just did? Man, I'm having a brain fart right now. But anyway, they wanted to get credit. Oh, for the I can't think of it. It'll come to me.
Okay.
But my thing is
I'm
this.
not tracking with you, so
Uh,
I
uh,
can't help you out there.
but my thing is this. You cannot tell me that you're going to go out here and tell me that you're not going to pass legislation, and less than a year later, because some lunatic in Las Vegas does something, and you totally forget what you just said, and you gone to the left now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. There's listen, I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. I think lots of people think it's bullshit. But the truth of the matter is, with regardless of what party affiliation you want to make, there's lots of people. There's lots of gun guys, not just people in the NRA. There's lots of gun guys who just don't care about it. I get people telling me all the time. They're like, "Oh, why do you care about some accessory? Who gives a shit? It's an
Hell,
accessory."
you gotta care about that. You have to, because every single inch that they take is a mile that you're losing,
Yeah.
and people don't understand that.
Yeah. By the
You
way,
know,
thanks for
and
the
you need to have your
there's a
voice
hundred
heard.
thumbs ups out there, so thanks for that. We got like three. We got three thumbs downs, but it's all good. Uh, let's see here. Okay. David Cardinal says, "Weren't you supposed to have Tops Knives guys on yesterday?" No, the Tops Knives guys. I think I'm not sure exactly when they're coming up. They are, you know. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. I'm trying to look through here and see what other comments. Someone mentioned the magazine ban. You know,
Okay, yeah.
on and on.
What happened in California? That's what I meant to say.
Mm-hmm.
James Miller, it wasn't the constitutional carry. It was the situation in California with the judge. He made it unconstitutional for the mass capacity bans in California.
Yeah.
NRA was the first person to say, "Hey, we credit us for this. We worked behind the scenes for that." You know. But my thing is this: NRA, while you're taking credit for that, you should have also warned the public, say, "Hey, we take credit for this, but just to let you guys know, there's a chance that this could be overturned because of the fact that the federal they can put some type of legislation in there to overturn it. So, guys, go ahead and get all your magazines as soon as you can." You know, I mean, of course, hey, you know what? Tit for tat is not going to get you anywhere. You can't tell me, hey, that you were responsible for the for Californians being able to get more than 10 round magazines in their state, but also behind me banning bump stocks. They're not going to equal out on that. Okay, I still call bullshit on that, and I will call it to the day I die until I see the NRA comes out and change their stance. Hell, ask Mac. It took me a while to understand why Mac was so passionate on, and when I say Mac, I mean Military Arms Channel, Tim at Military Arms Channel. It took me a while to understand. I'm like, why is he stirring the pot? Now I understand why he was stirring the pot, because of the fact that, you know what, it only starts here. We're behind. Everybody that's in this chat, or even you, Hank, we're behind right now because of the ban on bump stocks. We're behind.
Yeah. I don't know what this has to do with anything. When you were saying stirring the pot, I was thinking in my brain, Mac is stirring the pot because it's better than smoking the pot. No. I'm just joking around. Okay,
Yeah,
I carry my revolver in single action. Says, and by the way, I smoke weed, not the white stuff, Rod. So what is the white?
good.
What is the white stuff you could smoke? What are we talking about? Crack?
Okay, cocaine.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Listen. Okay, Here's one thing that I do want to talk about before we go.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna show some guns and stuff. I know there's some people that want to see guns. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pop this up. Okay, and this is relative to what we're talking about here. A family craft with a deadly toll. This is in the New York Times. For anyone who's listening, illegal gun making. So a gunsmith crafting a 45 caliber pistol by hand in a hut in the woods near Danao, the Philippines. So that's what's in this picture here. So in the remote, mist-covered slopes outside the city of Danoi, maybe it's Danoi, in central Philippines, sits the illegal makeshift workshop of a master gunmaker, accessible by foot on a steep, winding pathway camouflaged by thick vegetation. The ramshackle shop, owned by Luana, has a tattered tarpaulin roof, a work table, and several machines for cutting and shaping steel. These are all very rudimentary machines. Let's just look at this thing. The whole operation can be packed up and moved on short notice. Illegal gun making is a livelihood that's helped put food on the table and send the family's children to school since the 1970s. And Mr. Luana, who asked that only his initial of his first name be used for fear of being arrested, is just one of a host of such small-scale gunsmiths in the region. His village alone is home to about a dozen. The trade, which contributes to the estimated 2 million unregistered guns in the Philippines, slightly more than the 1.7 million legal registered weapons, is able to flourish in a remote place where jobs are scarce, police presence is thin, and lawlessness runs deep. So I just wanted to read that article for folks out there. What do you think?
Actually, that's kind of old, Hank. Not to interrupt you, but I actually saw I want to say National Geographic had a special on that. What they've been doing is they've been using a lot of old guns and old gun parts, vintage guns, and they're actually very dangerous. There are times where those guns have been blown up in people's hands, and but they can't afford to purchase real, guns out of the gun store like we can.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I think their laws prevent that from happening. So what they do is they go to what they call them, shade tree blacksmith makers, and those guys will pattern guns from parts from different guns to make a functional gun. I saw a 1911 that they did one time. It actually worked and everything, but there were times where they actually did it and the gun did not work and it, malfunctioned, blew up, and they sell those guns for, about half of what we would pay on the black market.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not old news. It's probably something recycled. The date on this article in the New York Times is April 7th, 2019.
Yeah.
So it's not an old article, but look, we already know this. We talk about this
Yeah.
every time it comes up. They've found people in England manufacturing guns. There's people all over the world manufacturing guns. You can make it illegal all you want to. The genie's out of the bottle on that. You're talking about very simple things to manufacture. These aren't but my watch is more complicated in most ways than a firearm. And that's a good thing. This is what I think, right? No matter what you do, the people will have access to this stuff. What's happening is the nations are trying to clamp down on it, and there's none of these nations that have decided, you know what, we're not going to have any guns. We're not going to have any guns protecting our politicians. No, none of these places are deciding that, and so obviously people aren't stupid, and people are looking at this, and you're talking about a place where people aren't super wealthy. Right? There's not a lot of wealthy people, but they need to be able to protect themselves because who does have the guns? The cops, the government, and the criminals. And then the other people are like, yeah, well, we can't function like this. So this is why this is going to happen no matter what people do. So John Dieter says some guy made an AK out of a shovel. There's no way of stopping this kind of stuff. It's going to continue. And ultimately, it's a right that you're born with, right? That's what inalienable means. So it's a right that you're born with. I don't think the guy's doing anything wrong. He's doing what the founding fathers in America did, man. They had to make guns. And right here in America, there were some shade tree mechanics. I'm sure Colt started out in a shack somewhere.
Yeah, they didn't all start in a big luxury facility.
Yeah.
They probably started somebody's backyard, and manufacturing something, and it works. Let's go and move forward with it.
Yeah. So the revolution won't be stopped, and I think that's where a lot of these things are going to go ultimately, regardless of what laws or ways that they try to invent to get more control on us. Warsaw Patriot says in the Middle East they make guns all the time, homemade or recycled, even Eastern European Soviet era AKs from Russia and Romania and many countries. Yeah. Grey Death said it might have become more dangerous with the Filipino death squads run by their president. And Len Holt says 80% lowers anyone. Yeah, and Warsaw Patriot adds in Pakistan they make lots of guns. Brick says need a good purge night. Okay, that sounds fun in the movies. But remember, the movie has a script. In real life, there is no script.
I love Purge, though. I love that movie.
You've watched that? I've never even watched that stuff.
The second one was the best. But I will say that, of course, you don't ever want to have an actual purge. But, it would be fun. I use like I told you, I think I told you before, Hank, on another.
Why is it going to be fun?
No, I mean, just to get people together and, you hunker down and that sort of thing, not going out killing
you of your Cub Scout days?
No, it actually reminds me of every New Year's Eve. The older I get, I would go out into a club and, hang out in New Year's Eve and do that sort of thing. I no longer do that. I'll usually go to church and then I'll try to be back in about around maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock at the latest, because, there are a lot of drunk people out there. And then also now, you have a lot of people shooting guns in the air. So you want to be at home where it's nice and safe and sound, versus, being out in the streets. But I will say this though, Hank, that people beware. July 4th, in the next few months is coming up. They have shot technology in most major cities now, to where is if you shoot a gun, they can triangulate to where you shot, and that actually will come. They can come to your door and find out, hey, you know what? We did a shot triangulation, and we see that the
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
were
tell
shooting
them
in your yard.
triangulate these nuts.
I mean, they got technology out now.
I got your triangulation right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I don't think a purge is fun. That's not fun.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so let's see. All right, listen, let's show some guns. Let's show some guns to the folks out there. Hold on, boom, I'll put it on you. Oh, get a revolver.
it's my Ruger here.
Chris Gibson says he'll bunk with you, by the way, Rob, on the purge night.
Oh yeah. Hey, come on, man. We'll put some sandbags up. You know. I mean, I've already gotten it. Hey, down here in Florida, we get hurricanes. I've
Yeah.
already got
How
it
many
to where
people can your bunk hold? Because when some big booty chicks show up there, I'm guessing you're gonna lock the door. You're gonna
I
let the
can get
chicks, you're
about
gonna let the big booties in, and then lock the door. That's what I'm.
I can get about 20, 25, comfortably. You know.
That's not a bunker. That's your house.
Well, my house is my bunker.
Is it underground?
I know it's on top of the ground where I need to be.
Oh boy. Okay, fine. That defeats the whole purpose, Rod. Okay.
Oh, hey, but let me ask you guys this. Um, I often, sometimes think, maybe what if there's a shit hit the fan type of scenario? And, for me, I live in a middle class neighborhood, but I'm going to say, um, let's see, maybe about a half a mile down the road, there are like maybe low income apartments. Uh, and I'm wondering, like, man, if something ever happened, would they come down, in my area to maybe get supplies and food and stuff? And I'm like, I always think about stuff like that,
Yeah, they coming for you.
but one thing, hey, if they come from me, well, I'm not gonna say that, but if they come, they're gonna get something else, something that they probably didn't bargain for.
Okay. I
You know,
understood. I read the code.
yeah.
I read the code. Okay, show the people the Gorn. Show the people the Gorn you got.
Oh, well, this is just my old Ruger wheel gun, and
What
I carry my.
caliber?
This is a 357.
Oh,
But you,
Suki. You know
but you can
what?
shoot. You can shoot 38
I
in
got
them.
some 357 right here, man. Fort Scott Munitions making the 357. Actually,
I got
let me
I
open this
got
up.
Fort Scott munitions as well.
Oh, look at that. Oh, you got you a box of 357?
Yeah,
Oh, nice. Yeah,
this is one of the best rounds ever made.
boom. I hope you use the code Hank10 to get your 10% off.
I think it was before you started.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah,
That's what it looks like. Fort Scott makes the good stuff.
yeah,
So there you
they
go.
do.
Boom.
Love Fort Scott and Franklin Armory.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Franklin Armory has the 450 the 450. That I'm gonna try to get something up, but boom, here goes the 450 from Fort Scott. Kaboom! That's a big.
Oh, that's a big baby there.
That'll get up in you.
Oh yeah, that'll make you want to change your tune and turn around.
Yeah. Dan Hates You says they're gonna raid Rod's penis, conch penis stash. Okay, check it out. All right, I'm gonna show. Here's my Gorn that I brought in for the night.
Oh man, that's it.
Stag Arms.
Stag.
This is the Stag Arms 3T right here, 3TM 556. Boom, right there with the fluted stainless steel barrel. Don't know if you guys can see that in there.
How long is that?
I think it's 16.
16. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So in the OD green, from
How's your buddy
Stag
up in
Arms.
How's your buddy up in Stag Arms doing
Oh, he's
anyway?
good. I haven't seen him. I'll probably see. I think I saw him at SHOT Show, but he was super busy when I was going through the booth. Maybe I'll see him at NRA. You know, I'll be trolling in the NRA.
That is a pretty
Check
weapon.
that out.
That is very beautiful.
So there you go. That's my gun. You know, Stag Arms, famous for the making the left-handed guns. I don't have one since I'm not left-handed. I am not afflicted with left-handedness. Thank goodness.
Hank, what's your discount code as well again?
Hank 10. Where
Hank 10?
at what, Fort Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hank 10.
Is there a Hank code for Hank Strange code for Stag Arms?
No.
No.
Sometimes when they have sales, we throw those up. We throw up links and stuff like that to the sales and all that kind of stuff. I don't. You know what? I'll check with Lola, but I don't think we have a code for them. I'll check into that.
Okay.
Lions of Judah says 357 Freedom Nuts. I carry my revolver. Says nice gun, Hank. Let's see. Safari H says pretty sweet AR. Christian Gress says that's a sexy looking AR-15 right there. Looks like Diamondback handguard. Yeah, I think it's a Diamondback, and I had Diamondback. Oh, dropped the box. I had Diamondback pop-up iron sights on it, but I don't know what the heck happened to those. I probably took them off and put them on something else. So, Cody Milbacher says famous for not putting serial numbers on their lowers right away. Yeah. Uh-oh. There goes your ATI Mini right there, the AR version.
Yeah.
Didn't you get one of the 50?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
yeah.
I would love it. hint.
Oh, okay. We'll see about that one.
My birthday's in September.
Yeah,
so.
ATI is not sponsoring us anymore, so you're gonna have to go buy that.
Oh damn!
You can get it off the website. Night Train says I love my Smith & Wesson Model 586 357 Magnum. Kaboom! You know, when Babyface was here, his Python is 357. Boss Hog says, Hank, sell me the MC1. Okay, there's tons of them out there. There's tons of MC1s out there. I think as we speak, Babyface is breaking one. So, and then the other one that just came in, we're going to have to do some testing with it. James Miller says, do I have all the discount codes listed anywhere? Don't see them on your site. If you go to Google and search Lola's Deals, or just do, I think it's hankstrange.com/Lola's Deals, you'll see everything. I think Lola's keeping up with that. So go to Hank Strange. Let me see if I can find that. I think it's, let me double check this before I send everyone off to look this up. But I think you go to hankstrange.com. And then you do, let's see, where is it? hankstrange.com. Okay, I gotta find it. I gotta find the Hank. Oh, here we go. Go to the hankstrange.com and then do Lola's Deals. Let's see if we find it here. Lola's Deals. Let's see if that goes where it's supposed to go. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna throw this up on the screen here.
Yeah, let's see how it looks.
This. So it should be Lola's Deals like this. Hold on, let me pick this up here so it's on top because it's showing everything. Okay, so this should be it. It's hankstrange.com/Lola's Deals. And then you'll see all the different things that we have there. And Lola goes through there every now and then and flips that out. And so if you buy from these links or go through these links here, a little bit of that will come back to us. And I'm not sure exactly when's the last time Lola updated it, but she does go through there and update that from time to time. So for anyone who is looking for that, that's where you find it.
Lola's deals.
Yeah, Lola's deals. Lots of plurals up in there.
Barnauls. You still with Barnauls?
Yeah, I do stuff with Brownells all the time. They're always sending us stuff to test out.
Hank, you ought to get with Palmetto State Armory.
Palmetto State, PSA, yeah, we do stuff for
Yeah.
them. We did the KS47. That video's up on Hank Strange.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, if you look on YouTube/Hank Strange, Rod Mills,
Okay.
you will see that. That's one of the last videos that went up. I just finished a video. We actually just did the video for the Mossberg.
Uh-huh.
I just finished editing that, and that's posted up. I don't know when it's going to get turned on, but, the KS47 video is up there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's up on the channel.
PSA is actually, man, they are actually growing and growing in popularity.
Mm-hmm.
They got some great deals, I can tell you that.
Yeah. All Thumb says I need some cheap 22 Magnum. Me too. Yeah, PSA. I'm waiting for the PSA MP5. What is it? PSA 5?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the PSA 5. But
is that the AK-47?
Huh?
What is that?
The it's a MP5 clone.
Oh, okay.
That PSA is working on. I have no idea when it's gonna. I've only seen it, and I've never shot it or anything like that. But can't wait for that to come out.
Gotcha.
YNH says, "Damn, this Glock is great now that it shoots like a CZ."
What did he do?
I don't know what. I'm not sure what gun he's talking about. And I carry my revolver, and Single Action wants to know if we're gonna watch Game of Thrones on the 14th. Okay, Game of Thrones. Yeah, I'm gonna see what all the hubbub is about. I guess it's been like over a year that they've put it out, but I will check that out. And Boss Hog wants to know, Rod Mills, how's the job hunting going?
It's going good. I'm employed now.
Okay, so can you tell people where you work? Oh, we don't want to put that out on the.
No, I don't want to put that out
there. Okay, but what are you going to be doing? What industry are you going to be in?
Banking still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know what I saw in the news? I don't know where the article is, but Bank of America is their minimum wage is going to be $20.
Yeah,
what do you think about that?
I mean, that's good. I mean,
how you like that for reparations?
Hey,
that's your
that is good. I mean, you come in entry level, you're making $20 an hour. That's pretty good.
Layoffs are inbound.
Yeah, here in Jacksonville, that's a livable wage here in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to cut their workforce down.
They probably are.
Yeah.
Look for that to happen.
Yeah.
Trust me, for every action, there's always a reaction. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Lots of people saying congratulations to you on the new gig.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Are you going to be giving us loans? Ronald the Hot Boy says he needs a loan. I need one too, man. I need a loan.
I'm no longer in mortgages anymore.
$1 million, man. Can you lend a brother $1 million?
I don't do anything dealing with mortgages anymore, or lending.
I wasn't talking about mortgages.
Or lending. I don't do that anymore. That's in my past.
Yeah.
It's too unreliable. The market is too unreliable. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, man.
Did you hear about in the couple of minutes that we have going on? Did you hear about Chuck Norris representing Glock now?
I saw that. I didn't know that he was as old as he is. I was looking at the podcast the other night.
Yeah, he old.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I mean, Glock's got to start getting some younger guys out there. I know you guys were giving on your podcast. You were giving examples of younger people, But I mean, hey man, I wouldn't mind having a Hank Strange as a Glock
representing Glock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go for that, man.
That would be cool.
I was not in movies in the 30s, 40s, or 50s, so.
Okay.
I don't think that's gonna happen. No,
Hey,
I think for that position, Glock always looks for someone that's real super high profile.
mm.
So I guess like Chuck Norris. Who doesn't know Chuck Norris?
But I never equated Chuck Norris with handguns though. I mean, I
He's done.
equated him with karate, martial arts.
Yeah, he's had movies with guns and stuff like that.
I mean, he has, yes, that you're right.
Hmm.
But when you think of Chuck Norris, what's the first thing you think of? Martial arts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't think of him with guns. At least I know I don't.
Hmm.
I mean, but hey, more power to. I hope he's a good representative of them for them, like Gunny was. Gunny was. I mean, he was quintessential uh, guy. I mean, all American. Served his country. Movie star, real humble. I mean, when you go out to meet him, he was. I met him. He was real cool to me. We chopped it up about military and all of that. So I mean, real good guy.
Yeah.
Real good guy.
I know everyone's looking forward probably to meeting Chuck Norris out there, signing autographs and stuff like that. So
They're yeah. Scamp, I understand Walker, Texas Ranger, but that is the new when. Maybe I'm aging myself. When I grew up, you didn't think of Chuck Norris as Walker Tech. It was pre
that's
Walker Texas.
Walker Texas Ranger is 80s, 90s somewhere in there.
No, that's not. That's late. That's nah. Walker Texas Ranger is like early 2000s.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about 1980s, 1970s Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
You basically he was a. I mean, hell, as a kid, we always wanted to see Chuck Norris fight Bruce Lee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, Texas Walker Texas Ranger. I mean, that's new stuff. I
Chuck
mean,
Norris has had some Uzis. I see Mika saying that he's done some Uzi stuff or whatever. So,
mhm.
I mean, listen, I'm looking forward to seeing him at SHOT Show and all the different places, Media Day. They need to make Chuck Norris shoot with everyone out there. Everyone will be over at Glock making videos at Media Day if Chuck Norris is out there, because I'm not freaking passing that up. I'll just go set up a tent on the line and get it done. So we'll see how that goes. All right,
Yeah,
listen, go ahead.
Chuck is not gunny. He is not. He's got some big shoes to fill. Chuck Norris, he is not gunny.
Yeah,
Gunny is like, man. If all men in America were like Gunny, man,
yeah. Len
this
Holt is saying deja vu. We had this yesterday. See, they should have gotten Lou Ferrigno. Lou Ferrigno I've seen at SHOT Show and even
yeah,
NRA.
but I
But
wouldn't
he's
put.
the Hulk. He's the Hulk.
Yeah, he's a Hulk. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't associate him with any type of firearms or anything. I was
yeah,
surprised to see him though.
yeah. Boss Hog says he's looking forward to meeting us one day. I'm not sure where Boss Hog is at. I will be at NRA, lurking around somewhere there. Undercover. I'll be out there. All right, listen. Let's wrap it up. Rod, how can the folks out there follow you, man, if they want to stay up
Go
with you,
to
continue this argument?
go to Facebook. Go to Scorched Earth Firearms Training, just like it is in the podcast here. Go ahead and like my page on there, and I every now and then I'll put a video up in YouTube. Again, Scorched Earth Firearms Training. So yeah, you guys go to my site on Facebook and like that page and send me a shout out.
Okay.
Okay,
Johnny B says Keanu should be the new rep. That's what I was saying yesterday.
I
I don't know if
agree.
we're gonna. Yeah,
I
that would be
would
nice
love
to
that.
get Keanu Reeves. Oh, that'd be freaking awesome. Then
That would be
all the
awesome.
women's will come to SHOT Show. All
Oh
the
yeah.
ladies will be out at NRA or whatever. So
No, I
I'm not
think you get
against
the
it. It's
guys
good.
too.
It's good. Dudes will just be able to stand on the lines and just like kick it to women. Like, hey, are you single? Nope. Okay, later with you. Just keep going down the line. you know, numbers. That's how you got to play the game. Okay, listen. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Ring the bell so you can be notified of when we go live. You can find us. I'm Hank Strange everywhere. You can also find WMMF_podcast on Instagram is the specific Instagram that we have for this. So we'll be posting stuff up on there. Make sure you check out Rod Mills, Scorched Earth Firearms. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Lots of good comments and all that kind of stuff. Thanks to Franklin Armory for sponsoring this podcast. We will see you guys tomorrow. I have no idea who's going to be here, but we will see you tomorrow. I'm gonna play the end thing right now, Rod. Boom. Let's play it.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear it, Rod? It's there. It's there, man. It's there.
Oh,
we are out of
okay.
here. We'll see you guys.
Right.
See ya tomorrow. We're out.
Peace.